Hi, Frankie Bowman.
Hi.
You right?
Yes.
You're here early, very early,
Yes.
because you're like doing this promotional thing again. You like doing promotional things.
Yeah, it's what fetches stuff in to keep your job going. Obviously, you know, when you get companies involved like Quadrant, you get involved. So
who are Quadrant?
I don't actually know a lot about the company, to be fair. I just know that Lando Norris is a director of the company. Yeah. So your ears prick up straight away.
Absolutely.
Motorsport company, and they're very interested in what we do and, you know, what we're about. Yeah. So, you know, it's always good to try and get involved and show people what we are.
How are you?
Hello there, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, very well. Right, so tell us a bit about you. Who are you?
I'm a YouTube creator. Okay. Make a bit of a mix of videos, sort of gaming, vlogs, reaction stuff. Quite chill, easygoing content, really.
So who's your content aimed at? What age demographic?
It's very mixed. It's a big variety. I've got quite a broad audience. I haven't really niched down because my content's so broad. It's all walks of life, really.
Good. Right, so you're here today under the Quadrant banner doing Formula 1 stock cars. Have you seen them before today?
Not really, to be honest. When I first saw them a couple of days ago when I got sent a video, and they looked really good fun, and I was like, I've got to give it a try. Okay.
And racing experience prior to today?
Not much, really. No, I'm sure you'll be able to tell when you look at the footage of me racing. I've done a few with Quadrant around the go-kart tracks, and I'm not like awful at it, but nothing special.
Okay, and so before we're talking, you've been out doing some practice.
Yep.
How did that go?
Not great.
Right.
No, I mean at the start, because you're sort of like, as you're going round, I mean, I feel like I'm, you know, explaining to the professor here, but you know, your wheels skidding out, usually that makes me want to slow down and correct. So first few attempts, I was going way too slowly. I was getting lapped like crazy. And I was like, you know what, I've just got to send it and like commit to the slide. And so I all of a sudden start going neck and neck with Zac Alsop, who you're going to speak to later. And so I'm behind him, I'm this car behind. And he kind of takes the outside line here. So I go inside trying to overtake him. And he kind of wobbles just a little bit towards me.
Okay.
And so I end up steering in too much, go to overcorrect, and just slam into the wall. Okay. In fact, he slightly saved me because he's come up behind, and just before I did, he knocks me on the side.
Right, okay.
Go a bit further, and so I got a big old bruise on my hip.
Did it hurt though?
The adrenaline and the enjoyment massively overshadowed the pain. It is so fun.
Yeah.
I mean, how fast it actually feels when you're in them compared with, I mean, watching looks like good fun, but when you're in it, it's a whole different game, but thoroughly enjoyable.
Good. And is it something that, like, did they drive how you thought they'd drive? Did they do what they wanted you to do?
It's so much slippier than you expect, and the acceleration really, it's got a lot of bite to it. Yeah, just really good fun.
And the noise?
So loud. I mean, we had these earplugs in to listen to the radio, and even that, it drowned it out. I mean, the engines just roar at you. So I can imagine when you're sitting on the side watching, hearing, how many cars go past the...
27, 28, 30.
Yeah, that many cars go past. It must be an insane noise.
So you're going to see that in a bit, aren't you, when we get the meeting underway?
Yeah, we're watching the race. Looking forward to it.
Good. Right, I'm loving your description of what happened. I'm glad you enjoyed your first outing in a Formula stock car. Lovely to talk to you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.
Perfect. Is you okay?
Good. Yourself?
Yeah, good. So you guys are here under kind of the Quadrant banner. I suppose people are watching and going, well, what is Quadrant?
What is Quadrant? I get that question a few times. So Quadrant is a motorsport lifestyle brand where we focus on doing content on YouTube, mainly based around motorsport. We also have our apparel line, which we take a lot of pride in, and we also have an athlete program where we sponsor a few of our athletes as well.
I was talking to my son about Quadrant, and I was like, I'd never heard of it, and he's going, I know Quadrant, Lando Norris, and I goes, right, so what is Quadrant? Oh, like, he owns it, and then they've got this YouTube channel. And I was like, right, so what's the YouTube channel? Oh, I've watched them all. So like that kind of age, he's 16,
good.
do you know what I mean? Like he knew all about it, and all his mates know about it. So.
That's awesome, it's nice to hear. That's what we want.
Okay.
It's perfect.
So you've come here today to have a go in Formula 1 stock cars. Any idea what they were before today?
I mean, I'd seen these cars before, 100%, like see clips of them on social media or whatever, but I come from a racing background myself, so trying these today was something so new. I had no idea what to experience, like to expect. So I come from single seaters, so F3, and you know, we have a lot of grip, and this is like completely different. So it's all about being sideways, rough, contact. So I don't know, we just had our first run there and I absolutely loved it. It was like unbelievable.
Because it is very different, because I'm obviously aware your background is single seater Formula 3, isn't it? Formula Renault.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the polar opposite. It's still motorsport.
It's complete opposite. Like it's, I have to trick my brain. The whole idea of Formula racing is smooth, you don't want to be sliding around. This is get it loose and just smash into people. But to be honest, there's a lot more grip out there than I thought, and I loved every second of the few laps that we just did.
How many laps did you do on the?
I don't know. I think we had a good 15, 20 minutes out there. So I mean, it went like that. But yeah, I can't wait for later as well on the demo race.
Yeah,
bit nervous.
Yeah, because that's the plan, isn't it? So you've done a bit of practice, you've got a bit of tuition from Frank, and then you're going to do a bit of a demo race with some of the.
Frank himself and a few of the other top guys. So. I mean, he said they're not going to go easy on us, which I don't know. I didn't like to hear that, but no, if we're going to do it, we do it properly and see what it's all about.
And are you nervous at all? Like, because it is different, isn't it? From what you described.
It's just more the contact. I just don't know what to expect. Like, I hit the wall earlier when I was trying to push it. Yeah. And it does hurt. There's no absorption. You feel every bit of that impact. So I wouldn't say I'm nervous. Obviously, you don't want to have a huge shunt, but I'm excited for it. It should be a real good laugh.
And in terms of like oval motorsport, you know, have you kind of been to anything, seen anything like this? I mean, you know, we've got the big racing circuits that you kind of done, but this is again different again.
No, this is first time experiencing anything like this, and yeah, it's a real eye opener. And I don't know. I mean, I've loved the experience out there. I can't wait to see what the race is going to be like. You know, he was showing us a proper art to actually the contact itself, which was quite interesting to see. So I don't know. I'm super excited.
So he was wanting you to hit people.
Well, he was just explaining, like, when you crash into people, well, not crash, you want to get people out of the way. It's either nice tap just to slide them past, or using this front bit into the side. It was like just so alien to me. Like that is get your license taken away in what I used to do. So I know it's cool though.
And that's
really
fundamental different about Formula stock car racing or any kind of like contact motorsport is that you are going to deliberately hit somebody to enable your race, whereas in your kind of background, well, that's really, really bad.
Yeah, that's like completely against the rules. You get banned, everything. So it's very new. I mean, obviously go-karting with your mates, bit of rubbing, it's part of it. But it's actually part of the whole sport, which is, I think, is really cool.
Yeah. And are you staying to watch the meeting as well?
Yeah, we are. We're staying to watch the main race as well. I think that's the plan, which I'm super excited for.
And do you think maybe like, I might do this again? You know what I mean? Is it like?
I mean, after the first 10 minutes, I was like, I want to come and do this again, 100%. I loved it. It was like, I don't know how to explain it. It was just really enjoyable, like just flowing out there. It's something so new to me. So yeah, I loved every second.
I think it's a real thing on your sensors with Formula stock car racing. You've got the noise, you've got the speed, you've got the contact. It's just like, it's a bit overwhelming, I think.
And the engine sound, that's one of the best things for me. The V8s are just unbelievable.
Good. Right, listen, I hope your demonstration race goes okay. Take everything that Frank has said on board and get some hits in.
Come out of it, hopefully not too many scratches, but I'm excited, get stuck in.
Brilliant, thanks so much for your time.
Pleasure, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi Zac, how are you?
Very well.
Really?
Incredibly well. Yeah, I'm absolutely loving everything that's in front of me right now.
You're very smiley.
Yeah, because we've had a practice session. It's been absolute carnage, and this is what I'm all about.
Okay, right. So what is your background?
So I grew up racing motocross.
Okay.
So I was on bikes from the age of 4. Started racing at like 7 years old, and I stopped racing when I was 22.
Right. Okay.
So anytime I get a fix of adrenaline and a chance to race in any form, I absolutely love it.
So motocross is quite, I mean, I've seen clips of that, quite dangerous looking, do you know what I mean? We're lots of jumping, aren't we? And so this kind of suits you then, right?
I think like motocross, I don't know whether it's officially a full contact sport in the same respect, but you can wipe other riders out and you won't get in trouble. Yeah. So I think in effect, I think the only difference between motocross is if you crash, you're not looking at a wall, you're looking at just your body straight onto some hard dirt. So I had a few hairy moments and hit the wall, and I'd say kissed the wall. Frank told me I kissed the wall and didn't hit it.
Right, okay.
And even that rattled me.
Yeah,
so,
say
this is pretty brutal.
Okay, so is this the first time today you've seen Formula 1 stock cars, or?
Formula 1 stock cars, yes, but I've watched stock car racing in the past. Okay. So, there's been a few motocross meetings where I've been, where they were also doing the stock car racing. So, but these cars, I know they existed. Right. I never knew what they sounded like. I never knew the actual specs of the car. Yeah. And I was very surprised at how rapid they are.
Is that so? Yeah, you've been out and done some practicing, and I guess is that the main thing that impinged on you when you're out there? Just the speed or the noise? What was it?
Well, first of all, I had Frank in my ears and I couldn't hear anything. It was just being drowned out by the engine noise. So I know that he was telling me how to do it better, and I just couldn't hear it. Yeah. What was scary is how quick the walls come up to you, and it goes against your natural instinct of if you're seeing a wall, you know that's going to hurt. Braking is probably the worst thing to do. You need to keep the throttle on to get the car like turned. So steep learning curve. I think we probably had like 9 laps to get used to the car, and by the end, I think I was feeling a lot more confident. But it's those little moments, like I was the one that crashed with Arthur into the wall. And all that happened was that I slid out, he then panicked, slid even further, and then I corrected, he overcorrected, suddenly he's facing me, and I only saw him when he was almost in the wall. So
blink of an eye stuff.
Blink of an eye stuff, and I think that's where the years of racing and stuff like these guys will have is the difference. I think when stuff goes wrong, we're just a passenger.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
No, I get that, and I think when you've got sort of 28, 30 cars on a track, and you, like Frankie, have been doing it forever, they kind of are going, like, something's going to happen, I'm going to do this, and aware of it, whereas you're just kind of like, oh.
Well, the strategy side, we just got talked through by Frankie how to give people love taps. I think this one was the love tap, this one was the T-bone. I mean, he didn't give it those names, I did, but like that level of strategy, while also coming through the field of like so many cars on the track, I cannot fathom that many cars going around that track at once.
No,
it just doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. I mean, I've been watching stock cars forever, and I kind of go, there's a lot of cars out there. Do you know what I mean? How is this
just
going to work?
Constant traffic, constant traffic. So I'm hoping for our race we can reduce that number a bit.
Yes.
Just because I would feel like it's just not safe for us to be out there with the other cars. But yeah, I'm excited to see what we can do this afternoon.
Absolutely, I think it's great. A, great you've come along. B, great that you're so enthusiastic about the sport. You're telling what you're sort of seeing in front of you. Is you kind of thought, well, actually, I might come back and do this again? Do you know what I mean? Is that like what's?
We're not far from London, you know, and you know, I would never say never. We'll see how I get on today and how traumatised I am by the end of it. But like I said earlier, I love any form of racing. I'm into my go-karting. I would even be into the banger racing, you know, like so. Who knows? I might chat to Frank, see if I can get a car in his lorry.
He's got loads.
He's got loads. Plenty to go around. So, no, I'm excited, especially with like how many people you expect tonight?
3,000, 4,000 people.
See, atmosphere is going to be insane, and I feel like that's where, you know, the real chaos ensues is when the crowd's going wild, the driver's adrenaline's high. So, exciting times.
Good. Thanks so much for your time.
No worries,
enjoy
mate.
your race.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. You went out for your demonstration race.
Yeah.
You've just done the demonstration race.
Yeah.
So how would you surmise?
Agony.
Okay.
What could have been an absolute chaos.
Okay. We enjoyed it.
Oh, I absolutely enjoyed it. Yeah. I think we're gonna have to chat to the race officials, whoever is responsible for putting that much water down.
Yes.
Because that was so slidey the first few laps.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great. It was great. I wish I was a bit more in the race. Honestly, I had a slide on the first corner, and it was pretty much game over for me. And then I was just trying to play catch up, but luckily Paul held back, and he gave me a few bumps, so I got to experience the racing. So it was quality.
And that's the challenge with a shale surface in summer or kind of warm weather. We need to water it to kind of keep the dust down, and obviously it makes it more tricky to.
Precisely, yeah. The first, I'd say 2-3 laps before there was a bit of a tacky line worked into it. It was just the whole time I was just trying to like keep it on the track and not hit the wall, but. I did clatter the wall once, and then my shoulder's feeling pretty ropey, and I know it's just going to get worse as the day goes on. So, but yeah, I can't wait to watch the main races now. See how it's actually done.
Yeah, but fair to say you feel like you've had a good experience of what Formula 1 stock cars is.
100%. Like I feel honoured to be not only around greatness like Frank, but to have him drive us all, into the walls is just, not many people can say that they had that experience, So, so much fun. So grateful for the guys for letting us borrow the cars, and yeah, all the fans are great as well. So loud, so like vocal. So yeah, it's amazing.
Good. Thanks so much for your time.
No worries, man. Yeah, thank you.
So, Max, we spoke pre-race. You've been out and raced. You did very well.
I mean, I think the guys were going a bit easy on me. My body's definitely worse for wear.
Okay.
These, they do not absorb anything, I'll tell you that.
No.
So it went straight through the whole body, but I just had loads of fun out there. It's so cool.
Well, you were getting, to be fair to you though, you were quick, you were on pace, and you were hitting people, and you were hitting the fence, and you were racing a stock car.
Just trying to get involved as much as we can, just give it a go. If we're going to do it properly, just give it a good crack. So that's what we tried to do. I mean, still was scared of the walls, I think a lot more scared than the guys around me, who were probably just having a laugh at me as they go past or hit me. But yeah, I mean, I just loved it. It's just a good laugh.
Did it feel very different? Obviously, you went out and did a bit of practice with your teammates. Did it feel very different than with like more cars on track?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot harder to be aware of the cars around you, and obviously to try and switch that mindset of you can lean on the guys around you and nudge them and make contact. And also the track was actually a lot wetter than when we practiced. So a couple of times I just went into the corner, hit the brakes, and I was a passenger straight into the wall. So yeah, but
because when we talk to stock car drivers, they talk a lot about changing track conditions. They start wet, when it's sunny, and then it dries out, and they've got to adapt their driving style continuously throughout the course of a race. And you saw that a little bit then, I guess, with the track drying as you were racing around.
Yeah, it's definitely like these guys. I was speaking to a few of them earlier, how the track gets so much faster throughout the day, and just literally having to adapt every lap, which is again similar to circuit racing where the track gets a bit grippier, but here it's way more extreme. So again, something new, but awesome to experience.
Good. But absolutely enjoyed it, I'm guessing.
100%.
And you get a nice trophy to take home with you as well.
Yeah, I got a nice trophy, a massive headache, and I had a good laugh. So can't be. I was going to say that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your time.
Can't be any better.
Thanks so much.
There you go.
Thank
Cheers,
you.
mate. Thank you.